Chechnya, also spelled Chechnya or Chechnya, republic in southwestern Russia, situated on the northern flank of the Greater Caucasus Range. Chechnya is bordered by Russia proper on the north, Dagestan Republic on the east and southeast, the country of Georgia on the southwest, and Ingushetia Republic on the west. In the early 21st century, more than a decade of bitter conflict had devastated the republic, forced the mass exodus of refugees, and brought the economy to a standstill. Area 4,750 square miles, 12,300 square km. Pop. 2008 Est. 1,209,040. Land. Chechnya falls into three physical regions from south to north. In the south is the Greater Caucasus, the crest line of which forms the republic's southern boundary. The highest peak is Mount Tebulosemta, 14,741 feet, 4,493 meters, and the area's chief river is the Argun, a tributary of the Sunza. The second region is the foreland, consisting of the broad valleys of the Terek and Sunza rivers, which cross the republic from the west to the east, where they unite. Third, in the north, are the level, rolling plains of the Nogay steppe. The great variety of relief is reflected in the soil and vegetation cover. The Nogay steppe is largely semi-desert, with sagebrush vegetation and wide areas of sand dunes. This gives way toward the south and southwest, near the Terek River, to feather grass steppe on black earth and chestnut soils. Steppe also occupies the Terek and Sunza valleys. Up to 6,500 feet (2,000 meters), the mountain slopes are densely covered by forests of beech, hornbeam, and oak, above which are coniferous forests, then alpine meadows, and finally bare rock, snow, and ice. The climate varies but is, in general, continental. People. Chechnya's main ethnic group is the Chechens, with minorities of Russians and Ingush. The Chechens and the Ingush are both Muslim and are two of the many Caucasian mountain peoples whose language belongs to the Nakh group. Fiercely independent, the Chechens and other Caucasian tribes mounted a prolonged resistance to Russian conquest from the 1830s through the 50s under the Muslim leader Shamil. They remained successful while the Russians were occupied with the Crimean War, but the Russians used larger forces in their later campaigns, and, when Shamil was captured in 1859, many of his followers migrated to Armenia. The Terek River remained a defensive frontier until the 1860s. The constant skirmishes of Chechens and Russians along the Terek form the background to Leo Tolstoy's novel The Cossacks. Economy. The backbone of the economy has been petroleum, and drilling was mainly undertaken in the Sunza River valley between Grozny and Gudermes. Petroleum refining was concentrated in Grozny, and pipelines ran to the Caspian Sea east at Makhachkala and to the Black Sea west at Tuapse. Natural gas is also found in the area. Agriculture is largely concentrated in the Terek and Sunza valleys. Transportation is mainly by rail, following the Terek and Sunza valleys and linking with Astrakhan and Baku on the Caspian Sea and with Tuapse and Rostov on the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Motor roads join Grozny to other centers within and outside the republic. History. The Chechen Autonomous Oblast region was created by the Bolsheviks in November 1920. In 1934 it was merged with the Ingush Autonomous Oblast to form a joint Chechen-Ingush Autonomous Region, which 2 years later was designated a republic. During World War II, 1939–45, the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin accused the Chechens and Ingush of collaboration with the Germans. Consequently, both groups were subjected to mass deportations to Central Asia, and the Republic of Checheno-Ingushetia was dissolved. The exiles later were allowed to return to their homeland, and the republic was re-established under the Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev in 1957. Secessionist sentiments emerged in 1991 as the Soviet Union's decline accelerated, and in August 1991 Jahar Dudayev, a Chechen politician and former Soviet Air Force general, carried out a coup against the local communist government. Dudayev was elected Chechen president in October, and in November he unilaterally declared Chechnya's independence from the Russian Federation, subsequently Russia. In 1992 Checheno-Ingushetia divided into two separate republics, Chechnya and Ingushetia. Dudayev pursued aggressively nationalistic, anti-Russian policies, and during 1994 armed Chechen opposition groups with Russian military backing tried unsuccessfully to depose Dudayev. On December 11, 1994, Russian troops invaded Chechnya. Overcoming stiff resistance, the Russian forces took the capital city of Grozny, Jahar, in March 1995. Chechen guerrilla resistance continued, however, and a series of ceasefires were negotiated and violated. In 1996 Dudayev was killed during Russian shelling, and the following year former guerrilla leader Aslan Maskhadov was elected president. Russian Pres. Boris Yeltsin and Maskhadov signed a provisional peace treaty in May 1997 but left the question of Chechnya's eventual status undetermined. It was estimated that up to 100,000 people in Chechnya died and more than 400,000 were forced to flee their homes during the 1990s. Russian troops, which had withdrawn from Chechnya after the agreements of the mid-1990s, returned in late 1999 after Prime Minister Vladimir Putin blamed Chechen secessionists for bombings that killed scores of civilians in Russia. Evidence never proved Chechen involvement in the bombings. Heavy fighting resumed. As Russian forces gained control of the republic, Chechen fighters, forced into the mountains and hills, continued to employ guerrilla tactics. In October 2002 a group of Chechen militants seized a Moscow theater and took nearly 700 spectators and performers hostage. In the ensuing rescue operation, some 130 hostages died, mostly as the result of inhaling a narcotic gas released by security forces that was meant to incapacitate the Chechens. Following the incident, Russia stepped up military operations in Chechnya. In 2003 Chechen voters approved a new constitution that devolved greater powers to the Chechen government but kept the republic in the federation. The following year the Russian-backed Chechen president, Akhmad Kadyrov, was killed in a bomb blast allegedly carried out by Chechen guerrillas. Russian forces, in turn, killed several top separatist leaders in 2005 and 2006. With Putin's backing, Ramzan Kadyrov, the son of Akhmad Kadyrov, gained the Chechen presidency in 2007. Denying accusations by human rights groups that he employed kidnapping, torture, and murder to quash opposition, Kadyrov maintained the support of Russia, and in early 2009 he claimed that the insurgency had been crushed. That April, Russian Pres. Dmitry Medvedev announced that Russia had ended its counterinsurgency operations in the republic. Nevertheless, sporadic outbreaks of violence continued to occur.